What can you throw, and what is your favorite throw?
Well, I throw a 4-seam, 2-seam, changeup, curveball, and a slider. My favorite to throw would probably have to be my 2-seam, just because it's the best pitch that I can control, and it gets a lot of ground balls, and so it gets a lot of easy outs.
So what's like the main difference? Like what's usually a normal pitch, and what's the difference between what you call a 2-seam?
2-seam has more run on it. A normal 4-seam fastball is more straight, and 2-seam just has more plate coverage, which misses bats easier.
Okay. Can you tell me about your favorite baseball memory as like a spectator or as a memory while you were playing?
Well, my favorite baseball memory would probably have to be my senior year of high school. We went on the road to play the #1 overall seed in the state, Hayesville in North Carolina. And we drove 4.5 hours out there, and they were 22-0 at home. They hadn't lost all season, and I started, and nobody was giving us a shot, and we ended up beating them 7-4, and it was probably one of the biggest upsets in North Carolina high school baseball that year.
That's awesome.
So,
do you find that the crowd was distracting, or does it help feed on your energy? I'm assuming at the upset, it was crazy what the crowd was doing. So how did that make you?
Well, at home, it's two sides to it. At home, the crowd energy, you really feed off of it, but on the road, you like the crowd to be into it, but it almost gives you more energy if you can silence the crowd, because if you can silence them, it means that you're performing well and you're succeeding. Because if they're still into the game, then that means the other team's still in the game. So it's sort of two sides of it. At home, you want to feed off the crowd, but on the road, you sort of want more of a silence tone to it. So
that's awesome. Yeah. All right. So how does your recovery process go if you're not having a good outing? How do you refocus?
I have to say, my dad's been my coach growing up for a long time, and every time that I'm on the mound and I just get in a situation where I'm not doing well or something, I always go back to what him and I talk about. I mean, we'll stay up and have conversations till 3 or 4 in the morning about just mechanics and pitching, and I can just go back and replay that in my head and just bring up certain aspects that I know I'm doing wrong and what he's told me how to correct it, and just go from there.
So did you really like it with your dad being your coach?
I loved it. Yeah, he was my coach. He coached our 9 and under baseball team. His goal was to get us to high school. Once he got us to high school, he said he was going to back off, let other people coach us, and he would be our coach, but he wouldn't be the coach of our team. So he's always been my coach, but he coached our team from probably 4th grade up through 8th grade. So, but yeah, I loved it. It was awesome.
Alrighty. So how long have you been playing baseball?
Since I was 5. I played my first game of T-ball May of my 5th year of being alive. So
I guess your family's a huge baseball fan.
Yeah,
right?
We're sort of a baseball family. I feel bad for my sister. I think she's been to more baseball games than she can even think of.
Do you want to go play in the majors after school?
Yeah, I think that's anybody's dream that if you go to college to play baseball, you want to move on to the next level. You have to be realistic though. No, I mean, there's some crazy statistic. It's like 1% of all college baseball players even get drafted, much less make it to the pros. So you have to keep it in perspective, and that's why obviously getting an education is the first most important thing. But yeah, I mean, anybody who plays college baseball, I think, would have aspirations to go to the major leagues. So.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.